Hi, my name is Lisa Sloniowski, and I'm the English Literature Librarian in the Student Learning and Academic Success Department in the Scott Library, and I'm also an Associate Faculty Member in the Graduate Program in English. And I'm here today just to talk to you briefly about how to redesign your research assignments for students during a global pandemic when access to library resources might be a little bit limited, and specifically to the print collection. So I'm going to try and just go over a couple of quick ideas and tips, and then hopefully save a more robust discussion to the breakout room, where I can also show you some of the technical things that I'm going to talk about now. So let me just quickly share my screen. And okay, so this is me. This is how you get in touch with me. And a couple of core tips. Obviously, check your syllabi, first of all, as you're redesigning for the winter term, to think about whether any required readings are available through the library online. And if they are not, get in touch with us and we can see whether it's possible either to digitize it or to acquire it for you. And not everything is available to us electronically. We do our best, but some materials are available to individual users, but not to libraries. Some are not available in Canada, etc. But lots of stuff is available, so we will do our best. Otherwise, we can try and get course materials digitized. You will have to go through the Copyright Office and make sure that it abides by fair dealing rules and so forth, but give yourself lots of time to make sure that everything you have is available to the students. The other thing, of course, is that you'll want to think about your own research topics, what you're assigning to students, that there's enough material available online via our library catalog to make sure that they can do the assignment and have enough sources to support their claims or to do a small literature review. So you might want to show students who are often unaware that the libraries have a very large digital collection, how to limit in Omni to the available online materials, so to our digital materials, and of course reinforce with students that there's a huge collection of e-journals, e-books, online reference sources, digital archives, etc., that are available to them while they are students at York. If you are going to link to materials in your syllabus or in your e-class or send links to students, you will want to make sure that you use a stable link, what we call a permalink. And every Omni record has a permalink option that you can click on that will give you the link that will ensure consistent access to the journal or book. So do not give them the link to the journal itself, but rather the permalink from the Omni catalog. And I can show you how to do this in the breakout room. And a last key tip is just to mention that you may want to expand the range of sources allowable, maybe allow for a little more flexibility as to what they can cite for their papers. Or you might want to limit it a little bit and think about just telling them about a couple of core journals that are available online through the libraries in your field that you think would be acceptable and would cover their research topic adequately, and tell them just to search within those journals. Normally, we advise against that kind of approach. We would rather have students doing a more comprehensive or systematic literature review, but we are in an extraordinary time. So some flexibility will be appreciated by all, I'm sure. If you are unsure of existing online subscriptions and research and reference tools that the library may have newly acquired, and we certainly have been acquiring a lot of new stuff over the last year, take a look at the research guide for your field. So on the library's homepage, you will see right under the Omni search box a link to research guides, and you should be able to find your discipline there. So take a look and see what we have available. And then lastly, a couple of ideas that we can talk about in more detail in the breakout room, but you may wish to, instead of doing the classic research paper where they have to find a series of sources to support their argument, you may instead want to try something different this year, such as annotating a core article as if it was being written for the public or a novice reader. So asking them to go through and define core concepts, people, events, track a classic paper in a citation index like the Web of Science, where you could go through and track methodological and conceptual debates in the scholarly conversation and introduce that idea of the scholarly conversation to them. Think about using our digital archives to have them looking for letters and manuscripts or images that they can incorporate into their assignments to get that first person sort of perspective on things. And finally, you could think about having them, again, thinking about the scholarly conversation and the evolution of ideas over time, have them look in an encyclopedia or a journal historically for its coverage, or compare and contrast across a couple of scholarly encyclopedias or dictionaries around a core concept and have them really think through how that concept has evolved over time, or how it is understood or treated differently across different cultures. There's a whole range of ideas, things that you could do in some of those reference tools, or looking historically in a journal about how an idea has evolved over time. So that's just to get us started, and make sure you get in touch with, of course, with your librarian if you want to brainstorm or you need materials. And I look forward to talking to you in the breakout room. Thank you.